HBO didn't want it to get out, but now, because I see he's been bad-mouthing Sex and the City a lot, they want to get back at him. So this is why they've now come, not the women have come forward, but the media is standing behind them, because before they didn't. Hi everyone, welcome back to No Light Tarot. So I'm doing reaction videos. I started doing, this is my first official one. I decided to do this because I feel like with the whole Chris Noth thing coming out, I didn't really want to do a whole past, present, future, and I just wanted to get right to the point about it. And if you didn't know, I'd recommend doing your own research, but allegations of SA have come out. SA, YouTube language, is, you know, situations where he was mishandling women. And when it came out, I saw something on Thursday, was it Thursday or Friday, one of those days, but I saw something that came out about him. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's made it to media finally, because I used to live in New York I was a waitress, and it was an open secret that he was like this. I heard personal stories that he was like this, and you know, people are like innocent till proven guilty, but with these situations, it's so difficult because a lot of these stories are being protected by media, and his mother was a huge media person, and I think that had to do with a lot of the reason in conjunction or in combination with the fact that he was on TV's biggest show. So I heard about it a lot. I had personal stories. One person told me about a situation like that, and I believe her because I knew her. So it was an open secret, and it was horrible. Like lots of the time when we talk about Sex and the City, we talk about what a creep Mr. Big was in real life. So I just find it very interesting that HBO now wants to talk about it, and I feel like Sarah Jessica Parker might have something to do with this. I met her too, very sweet. She was very, very lovely. I mean, I haven't met him, I just heard stories, personal stories, and I met Sarah Jessica Parker, and I just find it very interesting that now, like, if I had heard about it, I'm sure she had, and she's not solely to blame, but to spend so long hearing these stories and just ignoring them, and now all of a sudden they want to support him. And same thing goes for Cynthia Nixon, same thing for the one who plays Kristen, I forgot her name. Oh, is her name Kristen? The one who plays Charlotte, it's like Kristen Davis, I think. Yeah, okay. I wasn't a huge Sex and the City fan, so I'm sorry if I butchered their names, but I did definitely know more about him than the show because I lived in New York, and because I heard these stories, and because one of the people he was in a relationship with, I don't want to get too much into it because I think it's a story that's not for me to tell so publicly, but I do know somebody who was in a relationship with him that warned me to stay away from him. So it was a very real thing. She was like, if you ever meet him, stay away from him. He is very abusive. So just putting that out there. Anyway, so I wanted to pull some energies, and I want to see, because now they're talking about his wife, and I have a strong feeling that she might have known. I really feel like she might have known, because I knew, and I just find it very interesting. And the only people that I really feel bad for are the kids. The only people I really feel bad for are the kids. I actually do remember, I've been trying to find out that there was like a big drinking scandal that he had around 2016. It was either 2015, 2016, 2017, but it was just when I was about to move to LA, and I found out he moved to LA, and it was around this time where he got like really drunk. So if anybody knows, in the comment section, please write it down. I don't remember the full story, but I do remember that there was a scandal, and it's been hid, and I think the reason why is because the media has hid his stories for so long. So even Beverly Johnson had a restraining order out against him, so it's really serious. And this is not a case of innocent until proven guilty. I strongly believe this isn't even about innocent or guilty. It's just about us having a bigger conversation about how this can continue in New York and in Hollywood, you know. And I was having a conversation, I've had many conversations about the situation, and I just feel like the worst relationships I had were in New York. I met so many jerks, and I dated so many jerks, and just such narcissistic people, certain men, because the women in New York I thought were cool, but the men in New York I just felt like were very abusive, and he is the prime example of that. And I don't know if he created this culture or the show created the culture, because we can argue that, you know, that Sex and the City created this culture in New York where there's a damsel in distress who's like this very liberal writer living in New York who needs this jerk to save her, you know, who she keeps trying to think is a good person when he actually isn't. So I pulled up his energy, Chris Noth's energy, about what I see happening, or what I can tell you might happen. Is intuitive based, it's not fact based, so please don't treat it as like true or false. It's just to see what we can learn from this. So King of Swords, the Moon, and the Magician. Wow. So he's trying to avoid losing anything else. Okay. Whoa. I strongly see here that one of the main reasons why this has come so forward, there's somebody working behind the scenes. It's a man from Sex and the City side that he did wrong. So I think that's now why the media decide to run these stories. I believe the woman 1000%. I don't always, but here I believe it through and through, and I applaud them for coming forward. I really, really do. I think that they have had a lid on these stories because obviously HBO, and what was HBO before? Was it always? Yeah, it was always HBO. HBO didn't want it to get out, but now, because I see he's been bad mouthing Sex and the City a lot, they want to get back at him. So this is why they've now come, not the women have come forward, but the media is standing behind them, because before they didn't. So it's Six of Cups and the Fool being at the bottom of the deck. He's going to have to start a new path. It's going to be difficult for him. He's going to move to like the woods. He's going to be very alone, and he is a Scorpio, which I find very interesting, because a lot of male Scorpios get into stuff like this where they have like hidden trauma that they just repress, which I find very unfortunate. But yeah, somebody, I think it might, this is just my suspicion, I think it might be Darren Star, who was upset that he was bad mouthing the show and wanted to get rid of him for good. So with Five of Wands, King of Cups, and Eight of Wands in reverse, this is what I see about his family, his wife, and his kids. Well, not his kids, but just the energy of him being isolated. It's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. And I feel like he's a very lost person. He's very lost, very sneaky, creepy. I get that creepy energy. And a lot of what he's worked for, being given, will be taken away from him even more. Just get ready. By April, there's going to be a huge story that comes out. More people are going to come out. Even co-stars, because I did hear that there was a co-star, and like I said, I feel like these stories they got rid of because I think they were probably afraid of his mother. But they were stories, or maybe not even his mother, just him as the brand, you know. But they were stories about co-stars that came out a long time ago about him. I do remember them. I just can't find them. But if anybody knows, please write in the comment section. I really, really love to know, to get the word out. So Two of Swords, the Sun, and Page of Pentacles. Yikes. He's going to get a new manager. And this manager is going to be like, okay, I'm going to turn your career around. I mean, he's 67. I don't know why he still wants to work in Hollywood. But he's going to get a new manager. And this manager is going to be like, okay, I'm going to shift your career around. Let's see how his career is going to shift. How is his career going to shift? He's going to donate money to women's foundations and say he supports women and stuff like that. Wow. Okay, so the Temperance, 8 of Pentacles, and 6 of Swords. So he's going to try to come back. He's going to try to get roles. He's going to get a role. In 2023, he's going to get a role. But people are going to be like, no, we don't want you anymore. No. The public is going to be like, no, we don't want you anymore. It's his career's over, but he's going to try to come back one more time. With the Judgment, Death and Rebirth, the Scorpio card, he's going to say he's changed, he's been enlightened. He might even say he's become Christian, something like that, something religious, something spiritual. He's going to be like, I saw the light. I'm different. I've changed. I've grown. I'm a new person now, and people are going to see right through it. So I love you all. Please comment below. Let me know what you think. Please subscribe if you liked the video. Take care.